Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a brief final check-in information session for you. I know some of you have had questions, so I've put those questions together in just a quick 5-minute video, just so you can make sure you're ready for your seniors passion presentations the week after next. So I'm going to just start with student check-in. Make sure you have checked in with all your pathway students. Do not assume that they have checked in on the Canvas course, that they know all the expectations, that they know their deadlines. Please double check with them. There is a lot going on in their lives right now, as there is in yours. So I know that this is kind of a big ask to help, help them coordinate their schedule and their abilities. But I'm just asking you to reach out to them and don't assume. And on that note, I am sharing out a last Pathway Lead presentation check in just so you can feel confident that you've done everything that you need to do so it can serve as a checklist for you. But also, so I know if you do need help with something, that I can be better in supporting you, answering questions, or providing information. So I'm sending that out in an email and where I'll embed this video as well. So if you could please have this form back to me by Tuesday, the 14th at 3 p.m., that would be great. So that's this coming Tuesday. That will give me plenty of time to make sure you have everything that you need. The first thing to do when checking on your student is really start with the Canvas course entitled Passion Portfolio. Embedded in that course is their passion presentation assignment. This gives them the deadline. In the announcements in this course, it gives them the expectations as well as a link to the Passion portfolio presentation requirements doc. So it gives them a big look at the expectations and also the rubric, which will be used to assess them. On that note, please make sure that they're aware that they need to achieve a level 3 proficiency in each category to meet the requirement. Now, it's not a big deal if they have to do a repeat presentation. That'll just be coordinated with Mr. Binder and myself. It is not the end of the world. We want to make sure these students live up to their potential and that they feel confident in their experiences and that they have a really good experience with this. And for some of them, that might mean doing a repeat, and that's okay. We have a little bit of time, and we want to make sure that they show proficiency in these skills before they move forward. So if you have questions or concerns about that or explaining that to your student, please let me know. Um, when it comes to hosting their presentation sessions, please know that that's great if you've chosen to set up their Zooms. Take a look at the presentation schedule to examine who you need to send that invite to for the day. Also check in with your student and make sure that there's no one that they would like to be there, like their parents or whoever. Make sure they have access to that link as soon as possible so that they can send that out to friends or family that they would like to attend. um, Make sure you're sending it out to all the assessors. And I do have some important information for all of you on that note. Please know that if it is not your day, and you are not an assessor, you are not required to attend that day. We all have a lot on our plates right now, and that's why we're kind of divvying up these responsibilities. However, you may attend. So that's why I ask that is if you're creating these Zooms, please duplicate those invitations on the Pathway calendar so that we all have access to them. If you take a look at my calendar, you can see on the ones that I've created, and I think Jake as well, those have been duplicated to the Pathway calendar. And of course, it's not going to load, which is fine. I think you know what I mean. Finally, last note, being an assessor. Please make sure if you have questions about being an assessor for the presentations that you reach out, okay? So the only notes that I have to share on that are use the rubric, be as objective as possible, and make sure while the student is speaking that you're developing at least one question to ask the student when they're finished, because that will meet the requirement for the defense portion of their skills. So be sure that you're aware that each assessor needs to ask a question, or you need to formulate a question together to ask them before the end of their presentation. So basically, they'll present, they'll have that 15 minutes, and you should spend about 5 minutes asking a question and having them respond to you. And that is part of the presentation. After that 20 minutes, you should spend, time in deliberation. So everyone else will leave the meeting. You'll remain with the assessment team and you'll decide as a team if they got proficiency in all three categories and get at least a three. One of you will be designated to share out. You'll come into the Canvas course, you'll view the rubric through the speed grader, and you'll go ahead and share out that assessment. If you have any questions about being an assessor, you feel uncomfortable, you just need more information, please let me know. There's always stuff that I'm sure I'm missing as well. Overall, I just hope you know that this has been a really great experience. Thank you for your time with these students, and thank you for being patient with me. Um, it's always a bigger thing than you think it's going to be to organize something like this. So if I've missed anything, please bring that to my attention. I am just looking to make sure we don't drop the ball for any